This is John Barron with Chimney Check Professionals. This is the video portion of my inspection. This is where I take a look at the inner walls of the chimney system, and as I go down, I report it. I have already gone up the chimney once, and now I'm coming down. This part here is for you, so I'm not going to do a slow job of it, because there's no real point. This right here is the very top of the chimney. This is the inner wall, and that's what we're looking at in this case. This is the sleeve for the spark arrestor to slip into the flue. And in this particular system, and I'm going to double check, we have 4 elbows. That is the maximum we are allowed. I'm going to make sure. And this is our first elbow. It's near the top. There is also possibly some sort of requirement as far as how high that elbow can be from the top. I'm going to try to check on that and see, but even if I don't have that information, whoever installs this system correctly now needs to make sure they have that elbow correctly from the top, and that's not going to be difficult to do. So that's our first elbow right there. This is now a straight pipe. We're going to have another elbow pretty soon. There it is. So this is our second elbow right here. I can tell that because here's a connection, and then I see these 2 rivets, and then I see this line, which is not a connection, and I know we have an elbow. This is our offset elbow, the upper offset elbow. And this is a straight pipe right here. Now we're going to go a little ways before we come to our next section straight, or our next elbow. All the connections seem to be appropriate. Of course, keep in mind this chimney system, much of it is right up against paper or real close to stucco paper. The very top of it is up against the wood framing. So we have a fairly incorrect chimney installation, which it needs to be corrected before the fireplace is used. This is considered a very significant fire safety threat if we use this fireplace when it is not meeting its manufacturer's installation requirements. That manufacturer's installation manual is coded. So we have 2 things we go on. One is the city standard, which is code. And part of that city standard is to apply the manufacturer's requirements, which of course becomes code as well. So one could say any deviation of that requirement is a violation of code. I guess we could use the term illegal, but that just seems like a harsh word. But there we go. Now this is our lower return elbow. And that is our connection to the straight pipe. Shoved a little too far on this side, but at this point we don't really care because there's a complete reinstallation of the chimney system needed in order to correct all the conditions that are preventing it from having the proper clearances. This is our first. So this is our initial offset elbow, which I think is the first connection. So that's our offset elbow, which is our first connection to the starter collar, and that's our starter collar. The rest you want to give you. And right here is a screw penetration, or these they're evenly spaced. They are there to attach the outer wall starter collar. That is their purpose. It is part of the original manufacturer's design. In order to find this out, one actually has to ask the correct question to the tech support for CFM. And it's also shown in our picture. I could get my I'm going to stop for them. Anyway, so here we go. So there are 4 of those screws where they are. What is it? The correct question is, with a picture looking straight up, showing those 4 screws and saying, hey, it is my understanding that this is the connection for the outer wall chimney starter collar. Is that correct? That's all I got to do. This concludes the video portion of the inspection. Ensure you review my written report for my findings and recommendations. There are a few other things to talk about, but I can't show you right now because I can't get my camera out. Ensure you review my written report for my findings and recommendations.